50 years of leveling the playing field.
Whether it's man, woman, black, white, whatever you think, we're all in here together trying to help, because no one can be successful in this world without some help of someone.
One word, if I say Title IX, what is the one word that comes to mind?
Equality.
Opportunities.
Equality.
Empowered.
Former Drake softball and basketball player Lee Buell remembers what conditions were like in the early 80s as Title IX compliance was still getting off the ground.
Vans or buses, a lot of the, 8, 10, 15 passenger vans, all piled in there and traveled. A gym, there was a little weight room, not even half the size of the studio, not even that big. But there wasn't really there weren't strength trainers, there weren't, it's nothing like today. We had athletic trainers, but the whole nutrition, working out, off season.
Longtime Iowa State head women's basketball coach Bill Finley offers another dose of healthy perspective. He's had floor seats to the evolution of women's athletics.
I'm old enough to know it's like you get in a van and drive 6 hours and then drive 6 hours home. And if you got lucky, you got to drive through McDonald's. Now, we're on charter planes, we're in nice hotels, we have full-time strength and conditioning, we have nutritionists, we have mental health professionals.
His assistant coaches have similar experiences. Latoya Shaban and Jody Steyer, both former college players turned coaches, say it's refreshing knowing their current team expects to be treated just like the men.
But we've made a lot of strides, and we have a current team that really does appreciate it, but I think it's neat for them that they don't know what it used to be like, so this is normal for them. I think that's a positive.
And now they're setting the tone for the future as role models who will keep the ball moving forward for the next generation.
They see someone who's done it first, who were the trailblazers before them, and that gives them the energy and the strength that can fight through their goals.
The thing I like now is young girls or high school girls, when they ask their favorite, in basketball for example, they ask their favorite players, they're almost all naming women. And I think that that's wonderful that they have these role models and can look up to them.
Because that's, in essence, what Title IX is all about, shaping the future by opening doors for young women in education by way of sport.
And I think all of those opportunities have created just a trickle-down effect, not just with the athletes, and they're not all going to be great players, but they're going to be great people. The access to being on a team and being challenged and dealing with failure and dealing with success and being able to go into a corporate office or be a mother and a significant other and have to deal with those things. Sport allows you to do that.
Now for a few words that come to mind describing this year's stars on the hardwood. Fast. Strong. Competitive. Fearless. A collective force, though wearing different uniforms, dedicated to forging a better future.
As soon as we say we're done, we're going to be in the grave. So it's important that we always kind of continue growing and see what we can do best.
On a personal note, I too am what I like to call a product of Title IX. I was a local walk-on for the Nevada women's soccer team. Played all 4 years, but the part I'm the most proud of, I was academic all-WAC each of those years. And it allowed me to attend, in my opinion, one of the best journalism schools in the country, which has a direct line to me here at KCCI and raising my family in the great state of Iowa. So thank you to the Trailblazers, the Equalizers, who helped make that happen for me and countless others. Alex Sachs, KCCI 8 News, Iowa Sports Leader.